Hello and welcome to the unofficial BSHL Senior Hockey League podcast. I'm your host, Cory. I'm joined by my co-host and good friend and stream master, Cory.
Oh, geez. My head's getting pretty big now.
Not bigger than your nose.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
He had to mute because his dog was barking, but I saw him smirk. I knew he liked that one. Let's start up with there was a storm on Saturday, especially in the northern parts of the province, so that game got delayed to Sunday. Last night, we had a really fun trip to Dalhousie. It went pretty well. It went quick.
Yeah.
The drive back especially went really well.
Yeah.
Hearing all about the escapades at the Steamers game by our buddy Ricky.
Oh my God, that was
man, we missed an entertaining one in Bucktush.
Yeah.
Let's run down that Dalhousie River Valley game.
All right. So I'm just going to say
it's going to be a long one.
Buckle up. Yeah. Not my favorite game of the series. It was a one-sided beating. Game 5, the Dalhousie Marauders beat the River Valley Lumberjacks 10-3. The goal scorers, buckle up. Dalhousie's Joey Bernard, 2 goals, 3 points. Robert Pelletier, 1 goal, 3 points. Eric Mockler, their captain, 1 goal, 3 points. Jeremy Doucette, 2 goals. Ryan Mockler, 1 goal, 2 points. Jessica Bernard, 1 goal, 2 points. JJ Allison, 1 goal. Alex Blais, 1 goal. Jonathan Doucette, 2 assists. Jeremy Leblanc, 2 assists. River Valley, their 3 goals were Peter Traynor, who got 1 goal, 3 points. He got a point on every goal they had. Benji Curtis got 1 goal, 2 points. And Adam Crow gets 1 goal.
Why did River Valley lose last night, Cory?
That's a good question.
They only had 2 defensemen.
That's tough. The game was over 5 minutes in. They scored 5 minutes and they scored 5 goals in less than 5 minutes. You're done there. I kept trying to look at the positive. I jokingly looked at Travis yesterday as we were leaving, and the manager for the Lumberjacks were there. I was like, Travis, just finish it on Tuesday. I don't want to come back here. That was a joke. I don't play favorites.
Was it a joke, or do you really just not want to go back to Dalhousie?
I'd rather stay home on Wednesday, to tell you the truth. But, if it does go to Game 7, there's not going to be a more excited person than me.
Yeah, I will say last night I was pretty tired when I got home. But then also, as soon as I got home, bing, wide awake. There I am looking at pictures, and I'm laying in bed reading comments, and man, so I personally enjoyed the game. For a one-sided game like it was, I enjoyed it more than I normally would. Some of the rough stuff was helpful. I don't know, and I was just around some, I love people in Dalhousie, man. They're pretty nice to me, and it's been good. So before the game, we met Papa Chig.
We did. Guy.
Papa Chig. He was so nice. Travis could learn a thing or two from Guy and be a little bit nicer as well, but whatever. It's
Cory,
okay.
Robichaud's words, not mine. Travis has been nothing but a sweetheart to me.
He could learn a thing or two from Guy.
His father was great, though. He actually came up to me. I was at where I recorded, and the guy that was next to me is like talking to me, and he's like, just like nods his head, like, some guy over there wants to talk to you. And this gentleman was there. He gave me his hand. He's like, "Hi, my name is Guy," and he like zipped his jacket down, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I created Chig's Pizza," and I'm like, "Oh, gee, a legend right here,
a legend in our presence."
And he wanted to meet Cory as well, and I just put my head down, and there's Cory. So I'm like, "Yeah, hey Cory, come up here." So how was your experience with him?
Super nice dude. It was great. Yeah, I was all over the rink last night. I was down where the Lumberjacks come out. I was behind the opposite net. I was up above in the standing room. Kind of wanted to take some pictures. It's something that I kind of started. Tracy wanted to buy a camera, bought a camera. I'm enjoying it. It's kind of fun. It's an interesting little pastime. I don't know. I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but I really do enjoy it. So it's been fun. The stream went well last night.
No issues. I love doing the stream. It's kind of like natural to me now. I'm not saying I'm any good at it, but I enjoy it. The people in the chat, I love seeing everybody there. Had Adam's story and the whole family watching. Was happy to see that their appointments went well and all that. So I was thinking about the Adam, Kristen, the whole family. So big shout out to them, and we'll be seeing them in Doketown tomorrow if there's a game.
Yeah, so there's supposed to be a game tomorrow. It's freezing rain, more northern New Brunswick than for us. I know Miramichi might get a little bit, but not much. Rishabukto, Buktush, really nothing at all.
Yeah.
It's going to be just a rain event for us again. But past Miramichi towards Bathurst, Dalhousie, they're supposed to get hardcore freezing rain. So we're hoping that that game goes on because, you start to get closer to April. Ice comes out of rinks pretty soon. So it's time for the series to finish. It happened last year too. And I understand why they try to avoid having weekday games earlier in the series and earlier in the playoffs, but then you get late in the playoffs and this shit happens every year. So sometimes it's like, I get why you want the weekend games. There's more money to be made, but man, it would be a travesty to not finish this series.
I know. It has to finish. If it has to be postponed, do it next weekend. I was really looking forward to not doing anything next weekend, but hey, soldier on, as I always say.
So the issue is that the rink in Dalhousie is fully rented out this weekend for a tournament, so they can't really get ice there. Doketown, I know, is having some issues with. It's that time of year. There's provincials, and it's hard to get ice. So I don't know. Do a matinee. I'll go see senior hockey at 2 in the afternoon. It'll be a great time.
I would love that. Your home night.
He's like, that would be amazing.
Jesus Christ. I'll get up at 6 a.m. just to go up there.
Jesus Christ, he said. Jesus Christ, I could have a cheeseburger for lunch.
There you go. Love that.
You have a cheeseburger for breakfast. Do it at 11 a.m. Hell with it. We've got some ideas here coming out of this podcast.
So the series is now Dalhousie leading 3-2. They were down 2-0. They've won 3 straight. What are the key things that both teams need to do to ensure victory?
Well, for River Valley, the big concern here has to be Ryu. If he's injured and he's out, he's been clutch for them. Yeah. Josh Simpson's no slouch. He's a great goalie, and he could start any team in this league. But Ryu's been the hot hand, so if he's out, that hurts. Jared Crossman got a suspension because he got a misconduct in the last 10 minutes, so that'll be a 1-game suspension at least. So he'll be out game 6. That's going to be a pivotal one. He's been getting a lot of ice time for the Lumberjacks. For the Marauders, we talked a bit about it after game 2. River Valley was dominating the series, but we said, there's something that's going to change in game 3. His name's Bob Peltier. And Robert Peltier came back game 3, and the Marauders haven't lost since. Now, I'm not saying that they're winning because of Bob Peltier. But
it's a big part. He's noticeable on the ice.
And he's well liked by his team. He's a leader on the ice. He's one of the original people that founded this team, the Marauders.
Yeah.
He's a big heart and soul guy, and he's a skilled player. Yeah. Joey Bernard plays better hockey when he's playing with Robert Peltier.
Joey had a hell of a shot.
Oh my God. What a game last night by him.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The Marauders, I don't know what it was yesterday. I think it's a case of one team being really on and one team being really off. Because, I made a joke on the live stream, and some people laughed at it. Some people didn't. Some people didn't really like what I had to say. But what am I supposed to say? It was a slaughter. All right. So I said, you ever hear that song by Iron Maiden, Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter?
Oh, that's a rough one.
Am I wrong? It was 10-3.
It was a rough game last night.
It was a rough game. I get it. Only 2 defensemen and all that. Listen, we were critical to the Hawks when we said they did not deserve to win. If you're only going to bring 14, 13 guys to play, you don't deserve to win. All right? Circumstances are circumstances. If there's an issue where you can't bring guys and you have to find guys, that's what it is. We live in the Maritimes in Canada where snow appears here more than friggin' anything else. All right? If there's a storm or whatever and your guys can't come, it is, I don't know what to say here. You're in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying, well, they've got lives or they've got jobs, or that's fair.
That's fair.
That's
Very
fair. But then you're also probably going to lose that game.
Yeah. And some people might say, well, that's not fair because we couldn't. Well, guess what? Life ain't fair sometimes. If life was fair, I'd have a supermodel on my arm and a full head of hair. And that ain't the case right now. So,
Cory's a bald single guy, just so you know.
The balding single guy still got hair. But
I'm the bald guy. I'm the really bald guy.
You've committed to it. I haven't yet.
Yeah, no, I've long since admitted to bald. Thin is in, my friend. I've given up. I think last night was one of the best games I've seen Joey Bernard play.
Oh, absolutely.
He was physical, scored some beautiful goals, made some good passes. He was noticeable out there. Mm-hmm. Do you think tomorrow night we finally see a couple of fights?
I think so. If the Marauders go up 3-4 goals, absolutely. The end is nigh. I want to mention another Marauders player that never gets enough love, and last night he had one of the best games I've ever seen, and I'm talking about Captain Eric Peltier. Eric Mockler-Peltier.
Eric Peltier. We do love Eric Peltier.
Eric Mockler got 3 points last night, got a goal. He's captaining this team very well. I don't know. There's so many. I call games like this pad the stats night. But you're in the finals. There is no padding the stats. You're after that cup. And a game like this, what's the mindset of the Lumberjacks going into tomorrow's game? Because if I'm a River Valley Lumberjack, I'm going in there. There is no tomorrow. It's do or die. We got to win this, and then we got to win the next one. And the next one's even harder. If you do win at home, then you're going back to their barn in front of all their fans, and there was a lot less River Valley fans yesterday. A lot of them weren't willing to make the drive. Some were there, but when Dalhousie would score, your ears would start ringing because it was so loud.
Yeah, it's hard for some River Valley fans that weren't sure to get tickets. They didn't want to risk it. And then it ended up being a sellout. So
yeah.
Pretty crowded in there last night.
Yeah. So as of right now, Game 6 is scheduled for Tuesday, March 26th at 8:30, correct?
Sure is.
In Doketown, Prospect Place, home of the best cheeseburgers in the world, in my opinion. I think this game, we either see the end or we see a whole new series. And then Game 7, it's on because we know that Game 7 is the last. That's it. One team wins, one team loses. There's no 2 trophies here. Not this year, anyway.
Man, if it goes to 7, I'm just gonna be exhausted Thursday morning. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping the weather can hold off and we can see the game tomorrow night. I think for our side, we're good. Getting up there is not going to be an issue. We're going to be up there early enough that we'll be well ahead of the rain.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be rain straight through for most of southern New Brunswick, so we'll be okay. People coming down from Dalhousie, drive safe, be careful. I know a lot of those Dalhousie fans are not going to miss that game. Weather's not going to slow them down. They'll just drive back at 40 kilometers an hour and get home at 3 a.m. Those guys are hardcore.
Yeah, passionate fans. You got to admire that.
Yeah, they're crazy. Cory, we're going to go a little past the game now.
Yep.
So we're driving home. And I've been known to play a couple pranks on my sister sometimes. Some say
Do
too
you?
much, some say just enough.
You?
I'm up to just enough me. And
No.
one of the ones, like I mentioned a few episodes ago, I'm really bad for, if we're parked somewhere and she's ordering or something, I'll shift the car into neutral and then she'll rev the engine. Or if we're at like a stop sign and it's not busy, put it in neutral. She's like, God. So last night we're driving home and man, we cruised home. We got home.
Yeah.
It was like 12:15. It was great.
Yep.
We're all talking, laughing. I'm all smiles. We had a great trip. Get to the stop sign in Rishabakdale. I stop, put my blinker on. I look to the right. I look to the left. And I sit there and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with my car? And I revved it a second time. And when I revved it the second time, that's when Cory started laughing so hard, I thought he was going to pass out. This prick, friend, quote unquote, shifted my car into neutral. And he can't talk right now because he's laughing too hard. Now he's coughing.
Oh, God.
Go ahead. Are you proud of yourself?
Very. And you don't realize. So do you remember when we passed on the highway? We passed in front of the Tim Hortons in San Luis.
Yeah.
So at that moment, I thought, I'm in the front seat right now. It's rare that I take shotgun.
Yeah, we never let Cory sit in the front.
Yeah, they know better. So anyway, I'm sitting front. I'm in the front, and I'm thinking, I could rib Cory here. I could do to him what he does to his poor sister all the time. But Cory's like really tired, and Cory is still kind of sick, and I know he's got to work the next morning. I'm like, do I want to do this to him? Poor guy, he's got to work. But God, when a rib's right there, and if you don't know what a rib is, it's a joke. So, man, I'm like, God, do I rib him? Do I not rib him? So in my mind, I'm like, when we get there, I'll see how I feel. So we get there, and Cory is all smiles because he is home. He is so happy. So I immediately put my hand sort of to the left, right next to the shifter. And he gets to the stop sign, and I'm like, now or never. And I just push it with my fingers real slowly. And then I grab my beard, start nonchalantly. Cory revs that engine, and he gets this look. He does the slow turn towards me, laughs, and then shakes my hand. He's like, well done, sir.
I mean, I'll admit when I was had, and you did a good job. But I don't get pranked that often, so I enjoyed that one. I thought it was good. I'll get you back, you dirty bastard.
Oh, of course you will.
But you made my sister's day. She was so happy.
She laughed so hard. I thought she was laughing hysterically at a point. Like she was laughing so loud and just so happy that someone finally got her big brother. She's probably still laughing. I think I can hear her.
You guys are all assholes. And, it's fine. I enjoyed it. Figured I had to share that story on the podcast because why not? I'm just, I'm proud of Cheryl for not walking into any locker rooms last night. And, God. I don't know. I think that's what all we have for this episode. You got anything else, Cory?
I got nothing.
Rum?
Rum.
Oh, God. We haven't ripped up the chainsaw in a couple streams. Gonna have to whip that out sometime for Adam.
Adam was on the stream. He's like, can I get a couple of rums, Cory?
Yeah. I had to make a post today on the podcast page about just people being kind of rude to each other and taking it a little bit beyond. I don't like to make comments like that. I don't like to remove anybody from the page, delete any comments. But, at the end of the day, it's hockey, boys. Just be nice to each other. It's not worth it. It's just, just being kind to each other is such a simple thing. Look at me. I'm even friends with, like, Richard, some River Valley fan. Like, I'm friends with anybody. I'll talk to, come on. You got to be nice to each other. My God. Even though his wife loves bird cages, I'm still nice to the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm friends with that Travis guy. Who's not remotely as nice as his father. For example, and Cory, this prick who shifts my car into neutral. The moral of the story here is be nicer to each other, folks.
Nice to each other.
it's just better off that way. Cory, it's been a good episode.
It's been a good one.
We will hopefully be here for an episode on Thursday. It's going to depend how it goes in the series. I don't know how we're going to make it happen. We're going to try to figure it out, though. So we'll see you soon.
Take care.